What's up, everybody? It's your host, Jaden for Illini Daily. And the format today is more positive. We're going to take a little break from basketball because it's going to be a tough week, and we don't play a game till Friday. And I don't want to give you guys any crazy information that I don't know what's happening because right now I think they're just prepping for Michigan. I'll give you guys some more ideas on what we should do against Michigan tomorrow. I'm just trying to get you guys excited because tomorrow is the NFL Draft Combine, and I feel like we all should be rooting for our alumni, especially Gabe Jacques, J.C. Davis, and Luke Altmaier. All those guys, I feel like they're going to be great NFL prospects and possibly some game changers for some teams and maybe some realistic prospects to possibly play next NFL season. But I will be realistic, even though I'm a fan and I'm going to be a little bit biased towards each player, but I'm going to be realistic, and I hope you guys enjoy. So that's basically the formula today. Nothing crazy, just straight positivity and supporting our guys. So let's go with the first off. Um, Gabe Jacques. I think he'd be a great NFL prospect. I think he could be an undiscovered diamond that a team could be utilizing right away. I think he'll be a late second round, even late third round pick. Gabe Jacques has the great measurables. He's 6'3", 275 pounds, and he clearly has the stats to back it up. Um, my favorite season of his was definitely 2024. He had way more tackles. He was used more as a rushing linebacker than a rushing DN, but he was greatly utilized. I'll just give you his two best seasonal stats. 2024, he had a total of 74 tackles, 39 solo tackles, 35 assist tackles. He had 8 sacks, 3 forced fumbles, and 1 fumble recovery that year. Great season. He was very dominant. His presence was very well known. He was more induced to the run plays. He was more utilized in pass coverage, and we try to use him in different aspects of the game. Um, but was his more dominant season as a pass rusher in 2025, where he had 43 total tackles, 23 solo, 20 assists, 11 sacks, and 3 forced fumbles. And the forced fumble thing is kind of his main skill. He's really good at strip sacking. That was even shown during the Senior Bowl, where he had a couple of strip sacks in the team sessions during the Senior Bowl, which is really, really great. And what I was seeing from film, watching him in one-on-ones, he did a great job showing his power and diverse moveset. I would really say Gabe Jacques' biggest weakness is that he's not the fastest guy. He's not the most athletic guy compared to all these other pass rushers that's possibly heading into the draft. But I feel like he is an underrated athlete that should be utilized and definitely should be picked up, like I said, around a late second round, late third round at the latest, because Gabe Jacques is just a really, really good athlete. And his pro comp, I'd probably say more realistically, probably like a bigger Will McDonald. No, I already used that. Bigger Will McDonald is probably his most realistic one. Another player comp that I feel like people would like. Uh, Probably Shaquille Barnett. That's probably more of his set. An athletic, bigger rusher. Doesn't use a lot of crazy moves. More straight to the point. More heading straight forward to the QB. And I can see that more as his player comp because they use similar move sets with one arm bars and getting the defender's arms off of them as they're trying to get to the QB. Gabe Jacques, he's going to be a really great asset to any NFL team. I feel like anybody can use him. What would be really, really cool is if the Bears got him. He'd be a great backup for a little bit and a great development piece for the Bears to use. Another great team I feel like can utilize him very well is definitely, possibly, I could see the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. They're really good at developing pass rushers right now. Dallas could use him as well because they're really weak in the defensive end. So somewhere around there, I feel like these guys can definitely utilize him. He's great at knowing where the ball is, and like I said, he's a great strip sack guy. So I feel like he'll do great in the NFL because that's priceless right now. Pass rushers are very, very important, and I feel like he could be a great aspect to anybody's game. The next guy I want to talk about, I feel like he's already NFL prospect ready. J.C. Davis, he's a clear NFL prospect. I don't know why anybody's questioning why he shouldn't be. Just to give you guys a reason why this player was so good. He was Field Steel All-American 4th team, All Big Ten 1st team. Coaches voted, All Big Ten 2nd team. Media voted, AP All Big Ten 1st team. 49 consecutive starts in his college career. Number 3 graded left tackle in the nation during 2025 regular season. Um, Athlon's preseason All Big Ten 1st team, Phil Steve's preseason All Big Ten 4th team, and Outland Trophy preseason watch list. So from the get go, J.C. Davis was already a prospect in the NFL's mind. And then a lot of Bleacher Report and other reports are saying he's like a late 5th and 6th round, but I don't understand why. In my opinion, he's more like a maybe at the at the latest, maybe a 4th round pick. Maybe a high 3rd round pick. And I don't understand. And if you guys don't understand, 1 through 4, those guys are usually. Well, let me be more realistic. 1 through 3 is probably like you're thinking NFL starter from the get go, more realistically, and then 4 through 5 is probably like backup and special teams guys. But I feel like J.C. Davis is a starter for the NFL. He's a great left tackle. He doesn't make a lot of mistakes. You could clearly see that in the Senior Bowl. He did a great job in 101s. He only lost maybe once that I could see that was shown from the media and film that I got. Um, he does a great job with his movement speed, regardless of his accuracy and striking. I'd probably say, like I said, his weakness is probably striking at the right moments. Sometimes he misses his guys, but he does a great job of coming back and not letting the guy beat him towards the QB. And he's 6'5", 335 pounds. He's a really good athlete. I'm really excited to see what his combine numbers are going to be because I feel like he's going to be an underrated diamond in the rough, just like Gabe Jacques. But I don't understand why people are putting him so low if he was so good, facing off against really top rushers in the Big Ten. And I just feel like J.C. Davis is a very consistent asset that could be great at any level, and especially the NFL level. So I feel like he's going to be really, really good. I'd probably say his comparison is probably I'm trying to think of a really good NFL lineman. I don't want to say something ridiculous like Lane Johnson, but he was a Lane Johnson for us. So I guess Lane Johnson is probably his best accurate. I know it's kind of crazy to say because Lane Johnson's a freak of nature and he's been great in the NFL, even at his as an older guy. But you know what? Screw it. That's my NFL comparison is Lane Johnson for the Eagles. They do both do a great job of recovering after losing to a defensive end. And even though Lane Johnson's probably, I think, is a tad stronger, but they're both very late on the strike, but they just try to keep up as best as they can against really good pass rushers, and they're really good against long arm attacks. So, I mean, that's my comparison to him. So, feel like he's a great NFL prospect, and we're just gonna go to the next guy because I feel like he could shine. Luke Altmaier, you guys know I'm very high on him. I love his game. He doesn't make a lot of mistakes, and he's very accurate to the point. Just to give you guys an idea, his senior year in 2025 season, 3,007 yards, 22 touchdowns, and only 5 interceptions. And the year before, he had 22 touchdowns and only 6 interceptions and 2,717 yards. I feel like Luke Altmaier could be a very easy diamond in the rough. I don't think he's going to be drafted very high, sadly, because he doesn't have the crazy immeasurables. He's 6'2", 205 pounds, and he doesn't have the look of a very crazy QB. But he did play well in the Senior Bowl. He threw 5 out of 8 passing passing yards. He only had 20 total yards, but he didn't make any mistakes like he usually does, and he did a great job with his movement. I think his underrated aspect is his rushing ability. He's not the crazy fastest guy in the world, but he's a bigger guy who's willing to run if need be. And QB sneak wise, he's very good at it. His player comp, I'll probably say, pro wise, realistically, I don't want to say anything too crazy, but probably like a smaller Phillip Rivers, a guy who doesn't make a lot of mistakes, trying to get the ball as accurate as possible in there. So I'd probably say an older Phillip Rivers, not trying to do anything crazy, trying to get the ball as close as possible, not trying to make the crazy deep throws unless he needs to, not trying to make any mistakes. I feel like the earliest Luke could probably be picked up is a fourth round. Latest is definitely the seventh. Sadly, I hate to say that because I feel like Luke is very underrated and underappreciated as a college QB, but I'm just trying to look at him as the NFL prospect that he is, and I feel like a lot of guys are not going to be looking at him. But I feel like he could be an NFL starter. Definitely a good bridge guy for all these teams who really need a QB. He could be a great backup QB and could possibly start in this NFL season doing a great job fixing a team's problems. Teams I think about, maybe Cardinals. I can see, even though if the Steelers don't trust Will Howard, I can see them drafting another guy. Definitely a backup for maybe like, this is just a crazy take, the Titans, because you don't know how healthy Cam Ward could be. I know he's pretty healthy last season, but you always need a bridge guy. I could see him get the Jets getting him just for to see what they can get from this draft, and I could possibly see maybe the Chiefs get an accurate guy who doesn't make a lot of mistakes. Because Patrick Mahomes is hurt right now, so I could. Those are just teams I'm just naming out. I don't really know because a lot of QB heavy teams right now, and I know this draft is definitely the weaker draft. And Luke is not, the craziest of all QBs, but I know he's an accurate guy, and he does a great job at his job of just showing his force. Um, but yeah, that's all I got to say for this video. I hope you guys enjoy. Like the video, subscribe. Hope you guys enjoy all my talks. Hope you guys like the ideas I'm trying to give, and I'll see you guys next time.